The DPRK launching missiles again in defiance of warnings from Washington and Seoul. Its state media saying the country was practicing to hit U.S. military bases in Japan. This is just the latest in a series of escalations of tensions on the Korean Peninsula. And China is calling for calm and restraint in the tension-filled region in order to avoid a head-on collision.
To defuse the looming crisis on the Korean Peninsula, China proposes that, as the first step, the DPRK may suspend its nuclear and missile activities in exchange for the halt of large-scale U.S. ROK exercises. The two sides are like two accelerating trains coming toward each other, with neither side willing to give way. The question is, are the two sides really ready for a head-on collision? Our priority now is to flash the red light and apply the brakes on both trains.
With growing tensions on the Korean Peninsula and posturing between Pyongyang and Washington, other regional players are also feeling the heat. China began halting all coal imports from the DPRK starting February as part of its efforts to enact UN Security Council sanctions aimed at stopping the country's nuclear and ballistic missile program. But China is firmly against the deployment of THAAD in South Korea. U.S. and South Korean officials say the missile defense system is aimed at deterring the DPRK. China believes otherwise.
我们坚决反对美韩在韩国部署萨德反导系统。
We strongly oppose the U.S. deployment of THAAD in South Korea and will take the necessary steps to protect our own security interests. All consequences from the deployment must be borne by the U.S. and South Korea. We urge relevant parties to stop this process and do not proceed further down the wrong track.
Meanwhile, the Russian Foreign Ministry has said the deployment could stalemate the situation on the Korean Peninsula. The deployment of THAAD has also been met with fierce opposition at home, with South Koreans staging protests and filing a lawsuit against the defense ministry. Many believe the defense system will itself become a target, echoing what the Chinese foreign minister said on the sidelines of the annual session of the NPC, that the deployment of THAAD may very well make the ROK, as well as others, less secure. Wahjun, CGTN.